Well, good day, ladies and gentlemen. How the hell are you all doing today? Johnny Nocash here, and you are listening to a brand new episode of Life with Johnny Nocash. And I gotta just say right off the top is I smoked a joint earlier. Yep, that's right. I normally don't do this shit before I, record a podcast because sometimes I just get off fucking topic, and it's bound to happen in today's episode. But that being said, yes, I smoked a joint. I got a beer on the go. Sue me. So in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about something that I've been wanting to talk about. I mean, I've definitely touched base on this a number of times before, but I really want to talk about it again because it makes me feel so fucking good to spread this message of community and unity, because this past couple weeks, I've just felt so much fucking love out of goddamn nowhere. And I think we need that a lot more in this goddamn world, because the world sucks. There's a lot of pricks out there, and there's a lot of fuckers that want to fuck you over. And to meet somebody who doesn't want to fuck you over, kind of makes your day. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. So that being said, I just got to say once again, thank you all so much for subscribing and rating and commenting on whether it's the video, the podcast, whatever. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate it. And to everybody who sent in some questions for last week's episode, thank you very much. It was extremely interactive. It was great. It was super cool. And one last shout out to good old Evil Creek and Airy Mnemonic. And of course, Crazy Monkey Vodka. I got a case being delivered real damn soon. I think it's coming today. So that being said, thank you all so much for supporting me. And I love supporting you. So with that being said, let's jump into today's episode of Community, Unity, and just being a damn decent human being. Here we go. I'm living in a van playing outlaw tunes. Life with Johnny Nocash. Smoking them smokes and drinking that booze. Life with Johnny Nocash. Where I go, how the fuck don't know. I'm off the grid on dusty roads. There ain't no better way of eating beans. All right, we are back. I know it's been a couple weeks, and I actually think that it was better that I left it for a couple weeks, because I got so much cool shit to talk about today. Now, as you can see, I'm still at the same location I was last time. This is my buddy's basement, and I've been using this space as much as I can to do some music shit, do the podcast, do some, well, first of all, I have the internet, so I don't have to sit in my scorching van outside of A&W and just dying while I'm robbing their Wi-Fi. So this has just been an extremely convenient location for me to do this kind of stuff. And I feel a lot more productive when I can do this shit. So, yeah, that's why I'm here. So it looks familiar. I get it, but you might be seeing this room a whole lot more. Who knows? But I just got to say, the week before, if you listen to the last episode, I had alcohol poisoning, and it was brutal. Like, it was fucking bad. I think it took me 5 days to fully recover, and it sucked. So, please, I mean, I'm probably the last person to fucking be giving you alcohol advice. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'm the best person because I'm fucking used to it. But that being said, just be easy, take it fucking easy, because sometimes you overdo it and you're fucked, and it fucks your body up. I mean, it's a terrible drug that's legal. But either way, I ain't bitching about alcohol. I got a beer right here. So, no, I'm just saying, take it fucking easy, because even somebody like me, I went fucking way too hard, and it wasn't good. I felt like shit, and it sucked. Yeah, thank you very much to everybody who was concerned and sent me messages. I really do appreciate it. Means like you guys actually give a shit. So thank you. So I got some shit that I really want to talk about today. And I don't know why I say it like that, but I do. I've had a pretty interesting tour around, these years, especially not just doing the van life thing, but, being, an active musician. And just even in my youth, I was a traveler as well. I was hitchhiking all over Canada and like living on and off the streets and shit. And it was great. Like I'd never trade those experiences for anything in the world. So, sometimes I see life through a very different lens. And over the last little while of me turning on to van life, I have realized, what makes me happy, and that is exploration. It's learning from different people. It's seeing what makes different people tick, what makes them happy, what pisses them off, what kind of, interests they have. Why do they like this shit? Like, I can't stand jazz. So when I meet somebody who likes jazz, I actually question them rather than be like, that's fucking shitty. I'm like, how the hell do you like that shit? What the fuck is it? And over the last little while, I've just been a lot more open-minded. I was a little elitist, punk rock, metal snob back in the day. I mean, I still can be. I'm not, because I'm sure there's some of my friends like, fuck this guy, he is still a snob. Sometimes I can be a snob, but I'm just saying I was really bad back in the day. If you didn't like the right bands, if you didn't like the right shit, man, I'd throw you under the bus. Fucking back up, forward, back up. It was brutal. But that being said, I've just been so much more open to opportunities. And like if somebody says, hey, let's check this place out, I'm much more interested in trying that than going to the same old fucking watering hole or whatever the hell it is. So recently I was asked to go pine cone picking. Now it is a job. So it's not just like, come pick fucking pine cones and get drunk for something to do. It was a job and I'm fucking broke as all hell. So I took this opportunity. I was like, if I'm not busy, like with, jamming or whether it's film shit, I'll do it. And I wasn't busy at all. Actually, it was a really dry last couple of weeks. It sucks. That's why I needed this fucking job. So I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what kind of, was a huge bunch of pine cone pickers hanging around. Like, are we all camping together? I had no idea, but I didn't give a shit. I wanted to take the risk. I wanted to, of course, make a bit of cash, but also we were going up into the mountains. So I was able to camp and I was able to eat like I really enjoy eating and drinking outside and just enjoying nature properly. Because I've been in Vancouver for so long now, it just feels like I've been detached from nature so much over the last few months. It sucks. It's such a loud city. But that being said, we go up on Friday night. Now, I can only stay until early Sunday morning because I had a wardrobe fitting on Sunday afternoon for the Christmas movie that I was cast in. So I only had a small window, basically only Saturday to make any kind of money. And not just that, but like the whole experience. I didn't have my van. I went up with some friends and didn't know anybody outside of these small group of friends. I knew that there was going to be a whole other bunch of people there, and I don't know who the fuck they are. But I brought a tent. My friend loaned me a tent. I brought my own sleeping bag, my own pillow, and a thermal and sweater. This is key information, folks. So when we get up there, we leave on Friday and we head up there for Friday night. We get there about 8:30 at night. Now, at this time, we're in the fucking mountains between a valley and there is very little sun hitting this area. It is freezing. Now, we have just had like an incredible summer over here in Vancouver. Like, it's been hot, very little rain, which means that there's a fucking fire ban. This is not good, right? But even up north, we're north of Pemberton. It's a 2.5 hour drive from Vancouver. We're in the fucking mountains, about 1,000-foot elevation from sea level. And it's freezing. And I got this shitty, rickety fucking tent and one sleeping bag, no gloves, nothing like that. And I'm fucked. So we get there, we have a couple beers. I'm just literally shaking. My hand is so fucking cold. I had met some of the other crew. There's an old gentleman and his son who was actually a deaf and a mute. And I wasn't sure if he was going to be working with us or how that was going to work out. But man, this guy was there and they had been camping there for 3 fucking weeks. This old guy, no word of a lie, was probably 75 years old. 3 weeks out there. He had this toque on, these fucking gloves. He looked like exactly what you'd picture like a mountain man to look like. He was like 6'6", lanky, fucking white beard, glasses, just sitting there talking about pine cones the entire time. It was fucking wicked. So I'm freezing my balls off. And I'll tell you right now, man, that sleep was one of the worst fucking sleeps I think I'd ever had. It was absolute fucking nightmarish. I may have had 3 hours of like in and out sleep. I was that cold, just frozen. I think it went down to 4 degrees that night. from what we were talking about the night after, because it just kept on getting colder and colder and colder. And I don't mind. Actually, I don't really mind it that much because I know I'm going to survive. I'm not going to fucking die. But I it's just one of those things. I hate to sound like an old fucking fogey, but it builds character, boy. It builds fucking character. And if you can endure that, well, you can, endure probably 3 degrees. We'll see. That being said, man, we wake up in the morning and we are ready to go. We have breakfast, we have our coffees, and we head out there. And we are now surrounded with a bunch of other pickers. And I don't know what the fuck we're doing. We're picking red cedar pine cones, which are probably the size of like your pinky fingernail. Like they're tiny. And we got to fill these 20-gallon buckets. Liters. Yeah, that'd be massive. 20-liter buckets. They're fucking big, though. These big-ass red fucking buckets. I'll put it in the thumbnail. I think they're in the picture that I'm going to be posting. So we're just fucking picking away. And everybody has a different story. There was one girl there, solo, single female, lived in her fucking car. And she's been bombing around Kelowna, Squamish, Vancouver. After that, going to the States. And then there was another fella there. He lived in like a little hatchback. It was fucking wild. And everybody had their own story. And we were stuck there together for 9 hours. We were there from 9 till fucking 6, almost, I think we were there till 7 o'clock. Just picking. And it was so amazing. Seeing everybody and all different ages too. Like it went probably from like 21 or something right up. And everybody had their own story to tell of adventures and where they had gone and what they've learned. And it wasn't like a fucking show and tell thing. It literally just came out naturally. You're just sitting around a bunch of strangers and you talk. You're telling stories. These guys had been doing it for quite some time. Well, not necessarily but they had done it before and they were used to, that this is the lifestyle. You go up into the mountains for a few days or maybe a week and you're just picking pine cones of all fucking things. They're wooden gold. They're wooden fucking gold, man. They're worth a fortune. Start saving your pine cones, folks. Bring them in a local pawn shop. I don't know if a pawn shop would take them. Probably fucking not, but don't listen to me. So that we're fucking hanging out. We're having a great time. Everybody's sharing these stories. And it was just, again, I don't know these people. And I find that the more and more I hang out in like a small circle of friends, the less and less I'm exposed to new adventures and new teachings. Everyone had some kind of knowledge that they were sharing with each other. And everyone's just fucking learning. And it was incredible. And I hate the hippie shit. I really do. I don't hate it. But I mean, sometimes it really turns me off, just, if it gets out of hand, like anything, I hate the fucking metalheads with the bullet belts and the fucking mullets. All right. So trust me, I hate any kind of extreme. Let's put it that way. And these guys were great. Unbelievable. No fucking ukulele out, no straw out of the fucking lip. It was great. No bell bottoms, none of that. Everyone was great. And we get back to camp after the 9-hour day, and I had picked, I think, a bucket and a half by that point. And while we're sitting around, we brought out the wood stove at this point. We're like, fuck this, man. It's way too cold. So we brought out a wood stove. Don't worry, all you fucking anal retentive fire band people. It is completely enclosed. We had a chimney, everything, the whole thing. It was literally to keep fucking warm. Okay. There's no exposed flame, and not just that, but there's no fucking fire right now. So that being said, sorry, sometimes I go off on these, like people that are like, you're just fucking at you for anything you say or do. And I get it all the fucking time. Anyway, I'm covering my ass. So we get the fire, the small wood stove out. And we're sitting around and the old guy starts chatting. He starts chatting about cone heads. And that's apparently what we were. And we were actually picking throughout the night. And he's like, you're the midnight crew. You're the midnight cone heads. You're good workers. There's a lot of people who wouldn't do this after dark. No fucking... It was like Quint from Jaws, like giving this monologue about like how it brings people together. and like sitting around having yourself a good home cooked meal when you get back to camp, having yourself a couple whiskeys and really just taking it in. The stars were they were magnified. It was just an absolute beam of light from the stars. We were so high up and we were so completely desolate from any kind. I think we were, 15 miles from or kilometers from Pemberton, but we were out in the bush and just the peaks of the mountains because the light coming down from all the stars and the moon. It was an incredible, beautiful night. And everybody just getting along, sharing booze stories. And actually, to be honest, we didn't even drink all that much. It was more about the talk. It was more about the community, And to be honest, I'm never going to talk to these fucking people ever again. It's not that it's just the way it's the way the lifestyle goes. You have your moment, you take your memories, and you move on. And you use some of the things that you learned through all these encounters for the next one. And the next, and the next. And then you start building this person that you call you. And it just really, it was so cool to see this all kind of unfolding. And like I said, there was a dude there. He must have been 20, 21 years old. So shy. He's like a Catholic kid. Didn't swear, didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't do fuck all. I actually had him buy me a pack of smokes. I'm sure that's the fucking most rebellious thing this kid has ever done. I could tell. And I saw the look on his face where I was like, yo, you're going to town, pick me up a pack of darts. And just the look on his face was like, fuck, sure, I guess. And it was great. But these are the things. It's getting together, experiencing these moments. Sure, yeah, I was there ultimately because it was a job and I'm broke as fuck and I needed to, have some goddamn money to eat and throw gas in the van. But what I really took out of that was not just the experience I had, but the experience to the point that I'm even sharing it with you guys. And I hope that everybody does have some kind of outlet, like whether it's, just some kind of community hall. Go to the Legion and get drunk. Go to a different Legion next week and get drunk. It's just being around people, putting yourself out there and learning and just being part of fucking the world. You don't have to be part of society. You can be a part of the humans in society that walk amongst it. But you don't have to be a part of it. You can just go and float around and just gather all this info. It's fucking great. And just like I said, man, everybody there was so kind. Oh, speaking of fucking kind, I was mentioning how frozen I was that night. I was the night before. I was frozen. I had one of the worst fucking sleeps I think I'd ever had. And one of the guys there overheard me and he's like, dude, I got an extra sleeping bag. And he fucking brings his sleeping bag over. I mean, he didn't have to do this, but he did. And I slept so much better. Still cold as fuck, but not even near. I actually slept. And it was just these gestures that he could have easily, he didn't want my fucking stinky feet in there. We all know that my feet are next level. He didn't, but he took a risk for my fucking well-being. I forget his name. I think it was like Elliot or something. Cool dude. Thank you, brother. He won't listen to this. But either way, shouting him out. Thanks for the sleeping bag, man. But it's these types of things. And when I get home, so, we pack up Sunday morning, we all say our goodbyes. And it was an experience that not only, I'll never forget, but we all say our goodbyes and I head back into the city. And I was supposed to go to a punk rock barbecue that night and play a show for a birthday, or a friend's birthday party. And I had the wardrobe fitting and nothing was working out. I was late as all hell. And I was like, God damn, man, my guitar was still here. I ended up just going to the barbecue myself. And again, I don't even really know these people that fucking well. I was there to play a show to, just give back because they fed me that one time. I went to the punk rock barbecue. It was absolutely incredible. And they fed me and they were having a barbecue that night. And I was like, I'll be the entertainment. That's what I'll do for a meal. Still Johnny Nocash, man. Through and through. Yeah, I'll play for a fucking meal. So but I forgot the guitar. I didn't have it with me, and they invited me anyway. And God damn it, man. Again, I was just welcomed with open arms. This incredible fondue. Fun fucking do. Punk rock fun fucking do. No burgers, no hot dogs, no beans, no cheese. None of that shit. This was fucking insane what these guys put together. And they didn't even come at me for like anything. It was their pleasure. It was nuts. What is wrong with, like, I'm really, please, in the comments, do you guys meet people like this? Like, is this rare? Because I've noticed since I've been doing this fucking van life shit, I have just been overwhelmed because I can smell bullshit and an asshole from a mile away. So maybe it's just me and I avoid them and I know how to avoid them. But damn. The people that I've like kind of come in contact with over the last while, especially starting this lifestyle, man, there's good fucking people out there. And it doesn't matter whether, you know, they're street punks or it's some guy with like some 6-figure fucking job. There's good people all over the damn place. And these guys fed me like a damn king. It was a fun fucking do. Fondue. I've never had a fondue before. I've had Korean grill. That's what they fed me last week for the barbecue. They gave guys, again, these guys and everybody, just be fucking good to each other. Because I'm telling you, people are going to be logging this information. We got a big ass filing cabinet. It's called our brain. And we log things. It's called memories and experiences. And we take that shit and we apply it to other people and other situations. So make sure that you're implanting and giving people files that are good, because this is why kids grow up to be pieces of shit. Why? Because their fucking parents are pieces of shit. So just telling you, be a good person. You're going to meet some great people while being a great person. And hopefully have some incredible experiences and memories that you can share and fucking, you know, spread the goddamn information. It's like tape trading back in the day, man. You know, I got this story. Oh yeah? Well, I got this story. Cool. Let's fucking trade. You know? So that being said, man, this has been incredible. Oh, a couple things that I do have to touch base on. I just got offset with Jane fucking Seymour yesterday. That's right. Fucking Bond girl and Dr. Quinn herself. It was wild. And to be perfectly honest, if you saw the photo that I posted the other day with me and her, she's the one who asked me for the photo. And I don't have an iPhone. So she's like, can I airdrop the photo to you? Like she take the photo. She asked me. Like, isn't that fucked? She asked me for a photo. We get the photo and she wants to airdrop it. I don't have an iPhone. So she's like, I'll just email it to you. No word of a lie, folks. I'm actually actively emailing back and forth with Jane Seymour. She wants to listen to the tunes. She's like, send me your fucking band links. Her personal email. Fuck. I need a sip of beer. You know, that's insane. And again, it's because I guess I gave off a good vibe. But she called me over and she was like, you were incredible. I need a photo with you. And emails me the photo. You know what? I'll try and edit it in here so you can see it. And not just that, I got to finish off with Dagger Road 2. So, all right, folks, I have Dagger Road 2 ready. I'm putting together the track list right now. I'm putting together the album cover, and I seriously think that I could probably have this on streaming platforms in a month. It's all finished. A few songs were remixed and slightly just the levels were changed a little bit, mainly because when I recorded this back in 2007, it was all done live. I believe there's only 3 songs that have any kind of like layered guitar, but that's it. Maybe one song with a layered vocal, but this is live shit. It's literally Dagger Road Part 2, all the unreleased songs. I think there's almost 20 fucking tracks. It's huge. Can't believe I haven't released this, but this is the 15th year of Dagger Road. So I figured it's a great time to release this. It's only going to be digital, and I will release it 1 week early on Bandcamp for anybody who wants to purchase it. Because as you know, I'm fucking broke, and Spotify doesn't do a damn thing. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to release it on Bandcamp first for, anybody who is dying to fucking hear it. And then a week after that, it will be available on streaming platforms like Apple and Spotify and all that kind of shit. So I'm really excited about that. And it's been a long time coming, and listening to my voice, it's so high. And I was a real pissed off young lad. I was the opposite of what I was talking about earlier today. That's the shitty, piece of shit that I was back in the day. And it's kind of nice to see that evolution mentally. Dressed the same fucking dude, but mentally I'm a totally different person. I've, learned to accept people's shit, and it's been fantastic. So, thank y'all so much for tuning in to this week's episode. I really do appreciate it. You guys fucking rock. Make sure to subscribe. Leave me a comment again about what kind of communities are around you guys. Is it just a bunch of pieces of shit? Or are there actual good fucking people around you? Do you make sure that you put yourself out there? Or do you wait for the opportunities and the situations and scenarios to come to you? These things are really, I'm genuinely curious. Because for me, I put myself out there. And again, I've got something to talk about every week or week and a half. So, once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this week's episode. If you want to get some merch, go over to johnnynocash.bandcamp. If you want to listen to this on Spotify, you just type in Life with Johnny Nocash. All the episodes are there, even the early ones that aren't on YouTube. And if you want to check out the old Instagram, it's Johnny Nocash Official. And that is the same for the email, johnnynocashofficial@gmail.com. Goddamn, man, learning and memorizing these fucking web addresses are near impossible. Oh, and if you want to buy me a beer, look at this. Pacific Pilsner, the cheapest shit in Van fucking Coover. Well, at this percent. I'm not drinking Colt 45 anymore. I'm not a fucking idiot. With that being said, you can always go over to johnnynocash.buymeacoffee.com and support the show. Every little bit helps. I really do appreciate everybody's listening ears and watching eyes. So until next time, you better stay dusty. I'm out. I'm living in a van playing outlaw tunes. Life with Johnny Nocash. Smoking them smokes and drinking that booze. Life with Johnny Nocash. Where I go, how the fuck don't know. I'm off the grid on dusty roads. There ain't no better way of eating beans.